I'm going to tell you a story about my grandparents. I had two sets of great grandparents, my grandmother and grandfather Lynch, and my grandmother and grandfather Sundholm. And my grandfather Sundholm was a working class fellow. He quit school when he was in the 8th grade, and all his life after that, he felt so bad that nobody tried to talk him out of quitting school. So always he encouraged his kids to study and stay in school and go to college, which they all did. And he always had a dictionary out on the table. And my grandfather's Sundholm, he had a fantastic basement filled with beautiful old tools and great trunks and kind of cabinet things with beautiful inset locks that had come from his relatives, who I heard were great cabinet builders, and they built a lot of cabinets for places along Fifth Avenue. My grandmother, Sundholm, was a real character, and whenever I stayed there, they lived on 14th Street in Brooklyn. My mother was born there, and it was a beautiful brownstone, incredible, beautiful place. And in the 40s, that street was so beautiful. It had a kind of a canyon of elm trees, beautiful trees. I don't know if they were elms, but I think they were, because the Dutch elm disease came along and those trees went away. But in the 40s, they were still there when I first started going there to Brooklyn. And the cars, there's a photograph of that street from 1930. All the cars were black and beautiful, beautiful automobiles in this kind of tunnel of beautiful trees. And the brownstones, a lot of them had awnings on them. So it was very elegant, really beautiful. And starting in around the 50s, that whole area fell and fell and fell till it became kind of a hellhole. Now it's come back. My grandmother's Sundholm would wake me up by throwing, a real hard throw, a wet washcloth in my face. When I was really little, my mother took me from, I guess probably Sandpoint, Idaho, on a train to Brooklyn I was maybe 2, and we went out there to visit her parents, my grandparents. And my grandfather, it was winter, I would get in a little snowsuit, and he would stroller me down the street to Prospect Park. And I'd made friends with the newsstand guy, and I talked to him. I moved my arms around, wildly, and talked nonstop. And I guess I like to talk. And I heard I could whistle. I was born in Missoula, Montana, but very quickly my father and mother and I went and lived in Sandpoint, Idaho. And only thing I remember about Sandpoint, Idaho was in a summer day, my parents had dug a hole in the yard and filled it with a hose, filled the hole with water, and I would sit in this puddle with my little friend Dickie Smith, who must have been my neighbor, and I would squeeze mud. The mud in the bottom of this puddle was so beautifully squeezable. It was really fantastic. After Sandpoint, Idaho, we moved to Spokane, Washington. I loved Spokane, Washington. It had a great feel. In the summertime, the temperature seemed to be just perfect, and there were a lot of beautiful ponderosa pine trees around, And in this,
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.